Hello, I'm Robert Summer, your host for A Moment with an Insider, and I am here with a tremendous person in the pet world, Mary Wyld from Wyld's Wingdom. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I want to start by saying, how did you get involved in the pet world?
Well, it was a sort of circuitous route. I first was a teacher, and then I was in financial planning, started selling radios, worked for the Federal Communications Commission, and out of engineering school decided to buy a little bird. And the rest is history. After I bought that little bird, I left my job after 3 years and started selling products for birds, and it just escalated from there up to raising parrots. I had about 80 parrots at one time.
Wow.
And I'm so infatuated and so curious about the birds and so in tune with what they need and want to help them everywhere that through the pet business I'm able to do that.
Well, what are some of your top tips for those who are thinking about adopting a bird? Because it is a very lifelong commitment, more so than other pets.
Yes, and your larger birds live a long time. They can live 50 to 80 years. Your smaller birds can live 25 to 30 years. So you are making a commitment to basically a child for that period of time. A parrot in particular has the mentality of a 2 to 4 year old and the needs of a 2 to 4 year old. They are inquisitive, they need things to keep them occupied with their minds. They like to solve puzzles, they're very intelligent. They can learn to speak, understand. There's a lot of research been done with their basic cognitive abilities. You cannot, it'd be like putting a 2 or 3 or 4 year old in a cage with nothing to do. They will go stir crazy. So you are their caregiver, their parent, and responding to their needs is something to learn about what those needs are, and having the proper products and homemade things, purchased items, games, foraging devices, a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the encouraging things that you've probably seen, because you've been one of those trailblazers. You've seen the evolution and the development of a lot of new items and toys and ways to keep your birds not only stimulated but much healthier.
Absolutely.
What have been some of the top things that you were just, wow, I am so glad we finally developed this?
Well, that would be most of your foraging devices and toys, because birds naturally forage in the wild for their food. It's not placed in a dish. So the more that you can make it a game and have them move around the cage looking for food, right, for different devices, inquisitive pieces that they have to determine how they work. Some of them are quite mechanical, and the birds, some of them are Houdinis. They can get out of their cage and you don't even know how they got out of that cage. So they are very, very inquisitive and smart. So most of the innovation recently has come about in foraging and these toys for educational purposes.
For those who do have birds, what are some of the top tips you have in terms of care that maybe they're not doing on a regular basis that they should be doing?
One thing, they should be rotating the toys that the birds have. They get bored. So it is important to have a group of toys in a toy box that you do change out. If the bird is afraid of toys, then you want to put that toy near the cage and let them get used to seeing that toy before you place it in the cage, because you certainly don't want to freak the bird out. But changing things out is very important. Other things that they would need to know is how to feed their bird properly. And there's all kinds of information and people on both sides of the fence about what's the best thing to feed. But the basic information is what is good nutrition for you is generally good nutrition for the bird. There are certain things that you should not give them, and you should learn what those are.
You have a lot of great products, a lot of great things that help bird parents really provide that stimulation, all the different things that they may need. Where's the best place for them to get that information?
Well, generally they can get it anywhere all over the web. There's tons of information out there. There are local bird club. There are many bird clubs that dedicate themselves to helping bird parents in the area, in their hometowns. Also, their local pet store, if they specialize in bird or if they have a good bird department, usually they understand and know bird. If they don't, then I would seek out another place that can help them with that. So those are the best places to look.
Mary, it is such a pleasure having you here. Thank you for all that you're doing in the pet world. It's really making a difference, and for those who don't get the chance, I want to say thank you on behalf of bird owners everywhere.
Oh, they're my love, my passion, and everything I do is for the birds.
I love that. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.